works. Okay. I'm live. Welcome to live. Do this. We can do that too. And sponsors and super chat messages. That's okay. So I'm trying to get myself situated here so that everybody or anybody that is watching can. Oh, let's see. Okay. Hey, how you doing? All right, so I'm taking a walk, and I figured I'd wear my arm out by using my phone here and do some live walk and talk. Now, if you didn't know, it's kind of difficult to do a walking, talking video because it's just hard to walk and talk and not be out of breath. So, hello from Kanana. I don't know what Kanana is. Maybe Canada? Maybe Canada. As I'm walking past here, you'll see these logs I pulled up a few years ago. They got to get cut. Yeah, I'm less than 5,000 away from 100,000, and it's kind of a good feeling, but I really hate getting demonetized. It's pissing me off, and I was told that I should look for some sponsors and maybe make some money up that way. I know there's some YouTubers out there that are doing that. John Deere won't do that for me, even though I'm a great proponent for John Deere equipment, and even Messick, Krone for sure. Krone for sure could sponsor me. I'm sure I've sold a few balers. But yeah, where are we at? Good afternoon from the United Kingdom. No luck with Ag Talk in the rock? No. Oh, they piss me off. If it was anyone else that had met the criteria, they would have been monetized pretty quickly. But I linked the two channels together, and if you don't know, Google, YouTube is a very left-wing kind of a company. If you're conservative, then anyway, they're pretty much, they got this fuck you attitude. So anyways, I'm taking a walk down here. We got a guy that was trapping, and I was a little concerned when I just walked down here because there's a flag there, so there must be a trap down here. North Carolina. I was just down there, Jacksonville, North Carolina, last week. Okay, hold on a second. I'm finding anything with tractor in it gets flagged. Right? It's like they hate farmers. I'm really starting to begin to believe that they hate farmers. And I don't know, maybe it protects my channel a little bit by discouraging the young, aspiring agricultural channel from continuing on. Hey, Stonehenge. But I really do. I think it's really discouraging the young, aspiring farmer. I'd like to know where that trap is. I mean, there's a couple up here. When I started YouTube, I was like one of a handful of farming channels, and my style of farming channel was more of a repairing farm equipment like you see me do in the wintertime, and I haven't strayed from that. Kind of can honestly say that I haven't strayed at all from that style. I'm still doing the the repair work and stuff. And there's a pileated woodpecker. You ever seen a pileated woodpecker? I just saw one. I was always looking for the ivory bill. Huh. Yeah, Arkansas. Real farming videos, demonetized, farming simulator videos. Yeah, right. I mean, come on. That's another thing that gets me. They're everywhere out there. Yeah, if you find an ivory billed one, then you're doing something great for the world. They're supposed to be all extinct. I have a friend who has a photograph of one that has a white beak, but they're claiming it's not an ivory bill, it's an anomaly, which, who knows. And he got it right here local. They are noisy, I will give you that. No snow here. It is, you know, I'm in a sweatshirt weather. Here's a log that I need to cut up. I think it's a beech wood. Here's a little story for you. Back when in 1925, my great grandparents bought this farm. They used to brew whiskey up, and that's how they paid for the place. I think if you watched that video that I posted the other day, you might know that. But they paid for the place that way. And that beechwood, as you can see it, is beechwood. Beechwood aged whiskey. It was very easy to make back then because it was here. And yeah, that's kind of funny story. But I think I'm gonna sit down on a stump here in a minute and, you know, just enjoy my scenery and talk to you guys because I can. Yeah, because I can. And I know there's a lot of people that are interested in this hat, this Green Tractors Matters hat. It's kind of funny, all the response and the comments I get. Okay, hold on. The video content has to be clean and vanilla for the advertisers. That's part of the demonetizing issue. Other part is YouTube lack of advertisers. No, I'm not making less money. I am not making less money. I know there's a lot of YouTubers out there that are saying, oh, I'm getting cut. I can't afford to pay my bills. Well, I don't treat YouTube as a source of income that is necessary for me to survive. I treat YouTube as a supplementary income, and I call it my fun money. You know, as silly as that may sound, I do. I call it my fun money. Now, I'm gonna sit down here. Hold on a second while I take my glove off. I can stream out of nowhere. I'm a smart man. You see, I'm smarter than the average bar. But anyway, yeah, I have two John Deere 60s. One's the weird deer. Now, the sprayers, I'm not going to be doing anything with the sprayers until I get back from my trip. Hold on a second. Yeah, I'm on my phone. I am. That's how smart I am. I use my phone. Yeah, when are you going to take the plunge and get married? Take your full fun money and buy the ring. Well, you know, it's a funny thing about getting married. You know, that I've been married before, you know, and it was a good marriage. I was married for 13 years to my high school sweetheart, and I loved her very, very much. We had 3 kids together, and she went from my very bestest friend to my very worstest enemy. And then we became tolerable to one another, and I just got out of a lawsuit with my ex-wife of Christ. I got divorced in 2005. Since 2005, we're looking at 12 years, and in those 12 years, it has cost me in the range of over $200,000 to be divorced from my ex-wife. So, yeah, blah, 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 just do it, buddy. Well, you know what? Some things in life need to be kept private, and maybe I am already married. Did you ever think of that? Maybe maybe I'm already married. People just don't know because we only show you what we want you to see. I'm very reserved. I was very reserved in the first 10 years of my divorced career, because in 2004, you're lying on the floor dying right now. Well, please don't do that, because, you know, I'm sure your husband and children wouldn't be happy to see you dying on the floor. Yeah, it is. I loved my ex-wife. I did. I loved her very, very much. And to take the plunge with another woman has been very, very difficult. I had a long-term girlfriend, and I always knew that it wasn't going to work for me and her. I just had in the back of my mind, it was always like, Wesley, you're not going to marry this girl. She's just not, you're not going to marry this girl. And I hope she's not watching, because I know it would hurt her feelings. But I just wasn't ready to do that. That's right. My life is mine and mine alone, but I don't want to be alone either, you know, and like I said, I may very well be married already. You just don't know that. You know, women are only as crazy as the men that they're with make them, just so you know. And men are only as crazy as the women they're with make them. I got a phone call the other day from someone, and I felt bad for her because of what her husband has done to her over the last bunch of years. And yeah, the OLF tabloids. That's funny. No, no, there's no OLF tabloids. Um, just think about it. If you look back in my videos, am I married or am I not married? You know, just think about that. And some of my older viewers or subscribers, they'll know deep down in their heart. And yeah, marriage does not make a relationship right. You're 100% right. Marriage is a piece of paper. It's a contract with the state in which you live. So yeah, red tractors matter. Yeah, they sometimes they do. You know, usually when you can't get the green ones, and the red ones are all that matter because that's all you can get. But anyways, you know, marriage is just a piece of paper. It's what you make it. If you say, hey, now we're married and I get to wear this little golden band and she's mine, you know, she's your property, your marriage is going to fail, because a woman is not property, a man is not property. It's a two-way street. They will want something and you will want something, and you have to give and get. You know, it's a contract. It is what you make it. The contract with the state is where it gets expensive, or the country, or whatever it is you live in. That's where it gets expensive. But if you work on your marriage constantly, because you're not all going to get along all the time, you're not always going to see eye to eye, you're not always going to want the same things. It's a two-way street here, you know. It's like you're going down the road and you're past somebody who drives a Yugo with a smile on their face, and you're like, holy shit, why do they have a smile on their face? They're driving a Yugo, and you're driving a Cadillac, you know, with a smile on your face. Well, maybe that Yugo, it made them smile and they were happy with the car, and maybe they look at you and say, holy shit, that guy wasted his money on a Cadillac, and God, what a fool he is for buying that Cadillac. But the guy that drives the Cadillac is perfectly happy with his purchase. It's just like a marriage, you know. Maybe she'll be happy with the Cadillac and you'd be happy with the Yugo, and you know, she won't ride in your Yugo, but you'll be fine riding in that Cadillac. You know, it's just a give and take, that's all. Yeah, and marriage is exactly that, having each other's back, you know. And it's that way for raising kids, I learned, you know. I had 3 kids, and my ex-wife, the minute she went from my best friend in the whole wide world to my worst enemy I could ever imagine, the kids, you know, she used the kids against me. And that's just a cold hard fact, and that's what happened here recently that cost me a whole bunch of money in court. And she used the court system and DYFS, you know, if you know what the Division of Youth and Family Services is, that is the protecting agency for the children from all the bad fathers in the world. And there was a day in court that I remember very well. I'm standing there. Yeah, being married for 8 years, and then it changes your whole life. Your life isn't about you and your wife anymore. And I think that's what happened with her, because we were together and we did a lot of things together as a young couple would do. And then when we had children, it went from me and her doing things for each other, for everything going for the kid, you know, Timothy. And she didn't like that. She wanted to be a kid still. Well, she made the decision to have the child. I was okay with it. I like sex, you know, I like children. I love babies. I mean, I love babies, and I love my kids, but she didn't really want to be an adult after that, and I still don't think she does. So anyways, all that money that was spent and wasted put me in a really bad financial bind, which you people probably don't realize, but it cost me more money than most people make in 3 years, and it's sad, but it is what it is. So anyways, I'm a happy-go-lucky guy, and I have found it in my heart to forgive her again. I just will never, ever be in that position anymore, because my children are so close to being, all 3 of them being legal adults. I don't have to worry about it, you know. Joe's the last one. He's the one that's going to turn 18 here in August. Haley is 18. Timothy's 23, going on 24. And I did the best I could with what I had, and I was dealt a shitty hand, but I got over it, and everything's good. But now back to YouTube money. I just kind of want to stop talking about divorce because it's depressing. If you're 18 years old and you got the woman of your dreams at your side, and you might want to close her ears up, because I'm going to tell you something that's probably going to save you a lot of aggravation. Ditch the bitch. Ditch her. You're 18 years old. When high school's over, go your own separate ways. Let her go to college. Don't hold her back. Go to college. Don't let her hold you back. Be an individual before, learn to live apart before you learn to live together, because let's face it, you're leaving your parents' wings, from under your parents' wings. You're going into a relationship at 18, 19 years old, and you haven't lived a life yet. Live a little before you lock yourself up into that situation where you're responsible for another life at the age of 20. I was 22. Was I 22? 21. When Tim was born, I was 21. I got married when I was 19. I loved her. Nothing else I could do but do that. And yeah, I don't know. So yeah, Dr. Pandy. Now I'm telling you that these are life experiences, and your parents can tell you these things, and you're like, fuck you, Mom. Fuck you, Dad. You don't know what you're talking about. Who the hell do you think you are? Your mom and dad have lived a life before you, and if they got married young, they may not see anything wrong with it, but the world is different today than it was back in the 60s and 70s, and even the 80s. The 80s were a little different. I mean, I know people that got married out of high school and are still together today, but they stayed separate. They went to different colleges, and then they stayed together throughout that time, and they're still together, and they have kids, and they understood what life was a little bit better than two kids that are wet behind the ears going out and being, going from being under their parents' roof to maybe getting out there. You can't even get a girlfriend? Well, be confident. Confidence will get you a girlfriend. Not your looks, not the way you dress, the way you are. That will do it, A woman likes a confident man. They don't like childish little boys. So if you're out there playing with your RC cars and hanging out with your boys every night, gotta go down to the bar, drink down 17 beers, get into fights and shit, that does not impress girls. Not quality girls. There's some girls that aren't very quality that like that kind of shit. And you end up with a shitty relationship with a shitty girl and look back on your shitty life and say, God, what could I have done different? Maybe there's a point in this conversation to everybody that's out there young listening to me. I wasn't a partier. I worked hard. My ex-wife, she parties every day. She's tattooed from head to toe. And she didn't do that. She didn't do that until after she got divorced from me, and she always blamed me. Most of the girls you've dated have just been after my money. Well, those are the kind of girls you don't want to be near. You need, okay, I'm going to go on to another rant. You have to have common goals, common life goals. Like, okay, and I wouldn't say get married until you're mid-20s. Mid to late 20s, you've lived enough life. You've realized that the party scene is over with, and, and you're like, hey, men don't mature until they're like 27 years old. So to get married before then, you're looking for trouble. Women are pretty well matured by the time they're 21, fully matured by the time they're 21. So they got their head kind of screwed on straight. There's a fair few that don't, but common goals. If your common goal is to work a 9-to-5 job, come home and go to the bar, and you're both happy doing that for the rest of your lives, then you have met the woman of your dreams. If you meet a girl that looks good, you think this is a great one? Well, thank you. But if you meet a girl and she's like, hey, I want to go down to the bar, I want to go out to eat tonight, and you say, hey, you know what, I'm kind of saving money, I need a new truck, or I'm saving money because I want a car, and she comes at you, well, you don't treat me right, you don't do what I want you to do. You get yourself a girl that says, hey, you know what, I can appreciate that. You know what, let's not go out tonight, let's both work a little bit, and we'll save up together and we'll split it. that's a girl. That's a woman. You know, that's somebody that you can take home to mom and say, hey, listen, this girl's a hardworking girl. I told her I couldn't afford to take her out to dinner because I'm late on a truck payment or I need to do, you know. Oh yeah, Teresa's a gem. Teresa's a diamond. I mean, I'm sorry. Anybody that says anything different, you know, and there's been a lot of people that run her down because she is from the Philippines. There's scores of people that say, oh, she's just a cheap shit Filipina. Well, she's not. She's higher class than 90% of the women I've ever met in my entire life. She is a hardworking girl who has goals and dreams and you know, ambition, to more ambition than I've ever met in my entire life in that little tiny package. She's amazing, and I can say that about her because she is just amazing. But hey, that's life. Patience pays. If you don't have the patience to find that quality woman, you're not going to find her. You're just going to be like grasping at straws. The first good-looking girl, you know, you ever see that crazy hot scale thing? Oh, Teresa's on a tractor. Teresa owns the 7530. That is her tractor. She is not. She owns it. It's hers. I'm going to cut through this woods here. It's going to suck too because there's a lot of downed trees, but I think I can get through here. Teresa is just, you know, she runs that 7530. She runs a tedder. She runs a hay rake. She runs what I ask her to run, and she does it happily. She doesn't want anybody else running that tractor because she hates when Timothy gets in there because he's a bit of a pig. But you know, most young men at 23 are a bit of pigs, you know. But Teresa's just unbelievable. She has sisters too. 2 of them are available. One of them's looking for an American man, but she don't want to live in the country. She wants to live in the city, and I just don't see that. I won't recommend anybody that I know to go live in the city. So, anyhow, with that being said, good luck, man. Hopefully you listen to me a little bit and realize that, you know, it's like I don't know. It's like going to a used car lot and picking up the first vehicle you see. You know, take it for a test drive. You know, I don't know. Maybe that's a terrible thing to say too. Take it for a test drive. Date a little bit. And just because she breaks your heart doesn't mean it's the last time you're going to have your heart broken either. And believe me, I've had my heart broken. Internet dating, don't do it. I won't say that 100%. Teresa is the product of an internet date, a dating site. She came here from the Philippines, met the man that lied to her like there's no tomorrow, and she's above and beyond that and has done very well. So anyhow, I'm going to get back to YouTube and what happens on YouTube and the shame of YouTube, because YouTube was a place where we could express ourselves back in the beginning. I mean, I'm sure there's some young fellas here that were 5 years old when I started, or even less when I started YouTube nearly 10 years ago. Yep, nearly 10 years ago. So, we're not supposed to talk about our finances with YouTube here on YouTube, but I think I'm going to a little bit. I make pretty good money on YouTube. I post every day. I'm consistent. Almost every day. Probably only miss a couple of videos a month on the everyday deal. And I've never left our property, by the way. I'm still on it. It's a pretty fairly large piece of property. The problem with YouTube is that they went from a place where we could express ourselves and post what we liked, as long as it didn't involve people getting hurt, ethnic or racial slurs, and things like that. They would monetize you and be perfectly happy with you. YouTube, or Google decided that they would make it a place that was advertiser friendly but not creator friendly. So they got themselves into trouble with the advertising. Their advertising problem was when they were just throwing ads on everything and anything that could possibly be advertised. So, including ISIS and Al-Qaeda and, I mean, just anything that was anything. It didn't matter what they were doing. So, the ones that are being punished were the upper echelon creators. Really, they took a big hit. Me, being an ag channel, which is pretty low level, you know, as far as the YouTube creator popularity contest is concerned. I'm low end, you know. I'm right at that, closing in on 100,000 subscribers. I'm not at 1 million subscribers like some of these guys, and they just really didn't affect me too much because I'm persistent. You know, a lot of guys that come at it, you know, they don't learn to adapt and overcome their problems. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to continue to put up the same stuff that I was putting up before. And maybe I'll even be a little more vulgar than I was before because, you know what? Screw YouTube. Fuck YouTube. They suck, you know. But you gotta look at it. They are allowing you to put your content up on their site for free. It doesn't cost you anything. And all you do is put that content up there, and it's, you know, they pay you, you know, for that. So you have a certain criteria you have to abide by. So as you've noticed, I'm not using the bad language like I was. And a lot of my foul language in the last 2 years has really been because of the lawsuit that I was going through that I never told anybody about. Because, like I said earlier, I only show you what I want you to see. Yeah, that was that pileated woodpecker, believe it or not. Anyway, so I've adapted a little bit, a lot. Still showing the great content, still being a variety channel, you know. You'll see me do different things. Here in a week, I'm on my way out of here. You're going to see stuff from Japan. You're going to see stuff from Taiwan. You're going to see stuff from the Philippines. And you're going to see where I spent my YouTube money. And, you know, there's going to be some people that disagree with it, and that's okay, because, you know, that's a wonderful thing about freedom and being an American, a human being, you know, is that we all have the right to disagree with one another. We all have the right to have an opinion here in the United States, and we could get a little political here. It seems to me that, oh, thank you. Thanks for the Wicked Channel comment. That actually is a comment, not a slur. Some people say wicked is a bad word, but there goes another pileated there. There's another one to my right. I've been flying around here pretty good. But anyway, we even got Russians here. That's cool. The thing with the United States today is that we're so divided. We are a divided nation right now. We have basically a political system that refers itself to the right or the left. I say we're all Americans, and I swing to the right more than the left. I'm a Republican. I never wanted to be a registered Republican. I always wanted to be independent. Gotta run. Thank you. I'll see you again. I'll see you again sometime. And keep up your channel. You did a great job so far. And yeah, I think you'll go places. And I hope your money is flowing by, you know, by the time you've been on YouTube as long as I have been, maybe you'll be making 10 times as much as I am. But, you know, the political system here in the United States is really, is so disgusting. We're all Americans, you know, and yes, we have the right to disagree or to agree or to disagree, and that's okay. Well, that's pretty cool. You know, and again, like the Trump for the win thing. Okay, I'm glad Donald Trump won. Was I out there, go Donald, go Donald? No. Personally, I don't like Donald Trump. I don't like Donald Trump. Do I like him as a president? Yeah, I do. I think he's a take charge kind of guy. But I had some personal contact with Donald Trump way back in the day. Not much. His daughter, Ivanka, used to be friends with the neighbors right across the way. They went to the same school together. And when Ivanka was a young child, I was a little older than her. think about 10 years different, 10 or 12 years difference. Had a, you know, they came over to ride horses. Is that Walter's World? No, Walnut, VW, no, okay. Yeah, it looked like Walter's World. I was like, holy shit. Anyway, she was over there. She came to ride horses, and my sister Wendy, the one that passed away a couple years back, she wouldn't allow the girls to get on the horses until they were on the neighbor's property. But Donald Trump he's an arrogant person. He really is, and I think it takes a certain amount of arrogance to become the president of the United States. He's a hell of a lot better than that bull dyke Hillary Clinton, and that's just my opinion on that one. But yeah, I like Donald Trump as the president. I think he's doing things that are great. I think he's doing a great job. I think there's some more things that he can do, and he's got a long way to go. And yeah, so that's that. Oh, there goes a squirrel. Now, I'm not going to be president. I'm not that arrogant, you see. I'm not this person that has to be in charge of everything. I can step down. I'm perfectly fine with that, you know, and I'm not wealthy enough. It takes a lot of money to be the president of the United States, and you know that? And even if you're not wealthy, you can become the president of the United States as a not wealthy person, but 99% of those people become very, very wealthy after their presidency. I mean, let's look at the Obamas and their most recent presidency. They were driving around in a Chrysler 300. You know, they had no money. They had nothing. They were just too. He was a junior senator that got thrown into. He got elected, you know? He got elected. He's a junior senator that got elected to the presidency. Go look at his net worth now. He didn't make that much money as the president. It's all donations and political favors and all that other happy horse shit. So, there you go. Is this a dry winter for you? Yeah, I would have to say it's a snowless winter. Haven't had much snow this year. Oh, there's a dead deer. Did it have antlers? Ow! Nope. Beauty. If it had, oh, that's a stinky son of a bitch. It did have antlers. Nah, it's a skinhead. There's another animal there. Yeah. 500,000 a pop. Yeah, right. $500,000 a pop. Hey, look, I do this for free on the internet. I probably make more sense than some of those assholes too. But ow. Sticker bastards got me. Still haven't left our property yet. It's Valentine's Day. Don't forget Teresa. I haven't forgotten Teresa. You know, I took her out to breakfast yesterday, and I got her a mint as I walked out the door. I said, Happy Valentine's Day, and she smiled and said, thank you. I love you too, Wesley. Right? Up this way. Hello from West Virginia. It did time out. Oh, I'm back live again. Hold on a second. I got a phone call and I had to take a piss, so I gotta zip up here. It's hanging out as I'm walking through the sticker bushes. Rest in peace, live stream. Can I get your money back? Yeah. You step in a puddle? No. I am back. Yeah, I had to take a piss, man. You know that happens. I got a phone call. Dad called me. The load of hay is loaded, so I'm walking back up around the long way here, over by the pipeline. Whew. Yeah, there's a lot of ow, fucking sticker bush. Hi from Belgium. I liked Belgium. I was actually talking to my daughter last night about Belgium, and she says, I'm not back in Ireland? Oh, I'm sorry. She would like to go back to Belgium. She said, I really liked Bruges. And I told her, I said, you know what? Just get yourself a good boyfriend. I said, I think Bruges is a place for lovers. It's just perfect it's a place to unwind. It's not a high action place, just full of beautiful sights and stuff. Especially Bruges. Ypres was neat too. Belgium's a boring place is what they say, but sometimes I like boring. I'd rather have boring than city life. Back in Ireland. There you go. Hey, glad I'm back. Why would they have to keep an eye on me? I mean, they can watch me. What do they need to keep? Oh, did I just step in a snare? I did. I found the snare. Went for a walk and found a snare. No animals. Yeah, they can watch me all they want. I don't say anything bad about them. Messick's is a good company to work for. It's getting hot in here. Yeah. Dad was loading a load of hay, so I just decided to walk. That's all. Wait a minute, what did it say? What exactly did they not like? Oh, what, in Messick's? That's between me. It's not that they didn't like it. It was terms of the contract, verbal contract. And I said some things that were probably not that smart. It's my fault. You know, it's no big deal. Orange Power. Where at in Wyoming? There you go. Finland, Nebraska. Yeah, it is good to take a long walk in the woods. But when you're walking up hills and you're talking, you're holding your breath a lot, if you didn't know. And it makes it sound like I'm out of shape. And it makes you feel like you're out of shape. Because you're actually starving your body for oxygen as you're forcing your vocal cords to speak. So it's easier to just kind of, go through the mud. It's easier to just walk and breathe. Anyway, I'm going to be doing a lot of walking here in the next couple of weeks, up and down hills and things. Now, I actually take a lot of I take frequent walks all the time. I just don't take you guys along with me. I usually have a gun with me, and today I didn't do that. But, you know, because guns are bad, you know. They might jump up and kill someone. And that hill is pretty steep. Just doesn't look it from your angle. Mount Fuji, yes. And hopefully Taal in the Philippines. So, not my own, that's erupting. Oh yeah, picking up farm equipment. Whew, look at that bald head. Poplar Bluff, he thinks. Ontario. What do I think about New Holland? Well, it's unfortunate. New Holland used to be a good company, but not today. I wouldn't buy it. The tractors and stuff, they're the same as the Case IH. So, you know, if you like Case IH, you'll like the blue ones. Yeah, New Holland tractors, bad, leaky. Some of the smaller ones, the 4s and the 5s, the 6s, 7s, and 8s are good. The 9s for sure are good. They're basically staggers. Oh man, that ain't my battery. Thanks, nice job on that 4010. I did have a Fordson made in England. Cork, no, not Cork, England. I don't know, Cork is in Ireland. Can't remember where it was made. New Holland is disconnected from its customers. Yeah, thank you, it does sound awesome. You missed the first part of the live stream, Mr. whatever the fuck your name is, Odung King or whatever. I never paid for Teresa, and I take mild offense to that. you're so clueless and out of touch with reality, you don't even know. You don't even know what the hell you're talking about. It's a shame, really. Every time you make a comment, I have to laugh because there's usually one or two words in there that expresses your ignorance as to what you know about anything, not just me and my life and me and Teresa or anyone else. God damn, there goes a pussycat. So, you know, it's okay. We can't have all intelligent people in the world. You know, that's what makes the world different. People are different. But you, my friend, are a special kind of stupid because you don't know anything about what you talk about. Whew. Well, but Teresa laughs at people like you. Ooh. If you knew where she came from and where she's at now, you'd understand what I'm talking about. But yeah, very smart girl. It is sad, isn't it? It's amazing that there are people in this world that just love to try to bring down other people for their own enjoyment. Yeah, I try to shed a positive light on the things that I do and the people I'm around. Sometimes I can't because, you know, amazing things happen that'll drive a man to drink. Even though I don't drink, I know what it's like. So anyway, I have now arrived where I'm supposed to go. Watch this guy. Careful on the hill, man. That guy was hauling ass. And he was just gonna go down that hill. He was just gonna go down that hill that has sent a lot of people out of here in a medevac. I'm 45. I'll be 46 in July. Like I said, talking and walking is really a difficult thing to do if you didn't know. I didn't watch Travis's live stream. I missed it. No, oh shoot. I do have a plug here. Get the horn. Got to catch your next video. Enjoy your content. Well, thank you. I try to put up good content, and I'm hoping that everyone that watches me enjoys where I'm going here in the next couple of weeks. From Japan, I'm going to Hiroshima. Now the TR-70, I sold it. Maybe I'll put that video up here next couple of days. Yeah, next couple of days. Japan is an awful. It should be, because I'm staying away from the major cities and towns, which is where a lot of people want to go. I'm a country boy. I want to meet people in the country. I want to see the farms. I want to meet country people. Teresa does speak some Japanese, actually quite a bit, because she lived there for 7 years. So she knows more Japanese than not. Yeah, and hopefully I get to spend a day or so in Taiwan. I want to try the food more than anything. I never was a food connoisseur. It was always I like American food, fuck the rest of the world, you know. But now that I'm older and wiser, and I fell in love with travel and different cultures, I'm like Andrew Zimmern, you know, if you know him from the Travel Channel. That guy, I won't eat the things that he eats. I don't try just anything, but, you know, I'll try a lot of stuff, and I'll give you my honest opinion as to what it is, what I think of it. I'm excited. I'm excited too, and Teresa is, because she hasn't been there since, God, I don't think Teresa's been to Japan since 2006. So, now Tim does not have its CDL. I don't know why they're having an issue getting lime. I have an issue getting lime. I just don't get anybody that wants to haul it. Great food there. I don't think I'm going to go hungry, no. Teresa's a little upset because she wants to eat. Holy shit, look at my head. It's all red from that hat. Right, Tim. Yeah, I should do a Right, Tim video. I don't know if I'm going to do anything more than educational. Yeah, tell my teachers that from school. They'd be like, that Wesley Pandy, man, he was just, a nightmare. Yeah. Yeah. Am I excited for the farm day? Well, I had a good time at the farm day, and I'm hoping that it's every bit the same, similar experience. I want a different experience, obviously, but you know, the farm day out in Wisconsin and how farms work, they're a great bunch of people out there, really honest to goodness. How did I meet Teresa? Okay, well, I can do this real quick, even though, yeah, I used to kill Brothers Wagons. Okay, I met Teresa at the store up here in the local town, on my way home from the farm, and on my way to the farm in the mornings, because she worked a lot. Teresa would, no nip slips on this vacation, I'm pretty sure we will have it. But anyways, Teresa worked in the store. I met her on her first day at work. I walked in the store and I looked at her and I said to myself, and I say this all the time, that, oh boy, I'm in trouble, because her beauty just took my breath away. She's a beautiful woman. I was with somebody at the time, so you just can't act on something when you're with someone, and I did not, obviously. But she, I went through my relationship that I had. Yeah, she's Filipina, but yeah, I went through the relationship that I had, well, you know, before me and Teresa got together, and it just ended. It ended not bad. It just, you know, amicable ending, I guess. She wasn't happy about it. I'm a knob. Thank you. I'm glad. I'm glad you think so. Your opinion matters greatly to me. I mean, I don't know how I'm going to be able to go on with my day without with that, knowing that I am a knob. So anyway, she worked there for a couple of years, and then she left, and I didn't see her for a long while. And then out of the blue, she you know, she sent me a text message or an email, one or the other, I can't remember, that she was looking for a car, and I gave her some suggestions for a car, but she was married at the time, and her husband was like, I'll get you a car, you know, because she was saving money to buy herself a car because her husband was useless, and he didn't want to. She was back. I was still in that relationship. She was single. You know, and there was a couple of things that happened with the woman that I was with. I won't mention her name, but she, me and her, we parted ways back in July of 2015, and out of the blue, Teresa pulled into the farm. Call it fate, call it destiny, call it whatever you want to call it. She just pulled into the farm. I was single, she was single. Well, she had quit the corner store, the store up here. She had quit the store, and I didn't see her for a while. And then just out of the blue, she pulled in on her way to a job interview asking me for a job. And I was like, well, okay, I'll put you in a tractor. I put her in the 49, yeah, single and let's mingle, yeah, right. I put her in the 4960 to try and stack hay, and it just didn't work out. It was too fast paced for her, so it didn't work out. Then, you know, after that, I had her phone number, and I kept talking to her, and I was lonely, man. It's like, I'm single here, and I've been single for a few months, and yeah, silver tongue devil, yeah, right. So anyway, me and her went on a couple of dates, and the rest is history. So by November, so from August, like September, I would say she came into the farm in like September. I had been done with the relationship with the previous girlfriend a long time. It just was, we were just going through the motions, and there was no love there anymore. So it is what it is. But the Teresa shows up, go date. Went on a few dates in November, December, January, February, March comes along, and we were doing really well. So we really became a serious item in March. April, May comes along, and she wanted to go to the Philippines. She wanted to go to the Philippines. She had to take her mom back to the Philippines. So I said, sure, I've been to the Philippines a couple of times. You want to go? Together. And she said, yes. So we went to the Philippines, and Probably the best trip I ever had in the Philippines was that 10 days that I went with her, and it was awesome. So with that being said, my air pressure is built up and I got to take this up here. So I want to say thanks for sticking around here, having a good time. I had a great time, and yeah. Hit that subscribe button. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. I'm really literally only 4,900 viewers or 800 viewers away from 100,000. And as you know it, when I hit 100,000 subscribers, I move up the chain of command in Google. You know, if you saw how Farms Works and how they were growing, and once I hit that 100,000, they went to like 30 or 130,000 pretty quickly. So yeah, 100,000, yeah, man. And I'll share. I don't know. I get to 100,000 in the next 2 months, I'd be thrilled to no end, which is an obtainable. It's an obtainable goal. So maybe I'll do prizes or something when I hit that 100,000 mark. You know, I got a lot of stuff that I can give away. You know, even yeah. If you're not subscribed, just go over and hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it. I really do. So, anyways, on my way out of here, people are looking at me as they're driving down the road like, what's that guy doing, you know? So, anyway, yeah. All right, you want a tractor? What tractor would you like? I got a John Deere A. I'll give away the John Deere A. You can come out and get it. I'll even sign the damn thing. So, yep. All right, so I'm signing off now. Thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe for more.